very exciting for Robert and I to be live actually at 11 o'clock. And the reason is because last week was our very first live stream ever. Neither one of us had ever done it before. And we like wait for the countdown and we're all excited and there's some comments rolling in and we're like, woohoo, this is great. And then my significant other comes in and says, by the way, you are not on camera. Yeah, so this is very exciting for Robert and I to be live actually. We have a little echo here. Last week was our very first live stream ever. Neither one of us had ever done it.
There's always a bit of a delay.
And we like wait for the countdown and we're all excited and there's some comments rolling in and we're like, woohoo, this is great. And then my significant other comes in and says, by the way, you are not on camera. Yeah, so this is very exciting for Robert and I. So we have like a crazy little echo going back and forth here. I'm not quite sure what that is.
It's the ghost.
Hopefully we can resolve that. Yeah. Oh gosh, I hope that doesn't just annoy everybody. All right, I think what I'll do is I'm going to mute you and then I'll mute me, going back and forth. And that way it's me. Hold on, it's my problem, I think. Okay, oh, I know what it is. Ta-da. All right, I think this is better. Whoop. Hold on. Okay, I'm unmuting you. There we go. All right, it was me. It was all my fault, the echo. I apologize. Oh my gosh. So, okay, this is our second week of technical difficulties. Look who's here, everybody. All right,
Hey,
Joe Ninjahan is here. I'm very, very excited about that. The Nihilist Geek is back. Yay! All right, let's see. It will keep echoing. All right, I think we resolved it. Can everybody let me know? Yes, someone has the sound turned on. It was me. I'm the fool. All right. Lisa turned down the speakers. I figured it out. You know what happened is I had it open in another window and I didn't realize it. So sorry about that. Yay! Hello. So great to see you. So right before we went live, Robert and I were just starting to talk about our nano progress so far. So Robert, how are you doing?
I'm all over the place this week, but I had a really good start last week, and then I took a day off, and I never got my rhythm back. Yeah. I'm still doing about where I should be. I'm going to hit 25K maybe later tonight or tomorrow for sure. So I'll finish the week where I should be, and that's fine.
That's good. That's really good. I know. I think it depends. I mean, have you guys taken any time off? Okay, Joan says everything's great now. Yay, thank you. So have you guys taken any time off when you've been doing Nano? I actually, it was my birthday on Saturday. So I took Saturday off and I have not, and I wrote a little bit on Sunday, but not a lot, like a couple hundred words. But I am on track. I'm like 23,501. Which is right where I should be. If I, do my word count today, I'll still be a little bit ahead, even with taking a couple days off. And I feel like that helps to refresh me. So I don't know. What are you guys doing? Are you taking any time off? Introvert Sarah's back. Hello.
Hey, Sarah.
All right.
Hey,
and Dal. We love Dal. All right. So what do you? Okay. So everyone took Saturday off. I think that's true. I think, we're right in the middle of the month. This is like the slump time where, where everybody starts losing a little bit of steam. So, yeah, it's really hard to kind of keep things going. All right. So AJ says, I haven't taken a full day off, but I've taken half days. So AJ, do you think that works? Like, have you felt sort of refreshed where when you take your half days, are you doing half your word count for that day? Or is it like an hourly thing where I'm not writing after noon? Let's see. What does everybody say? Nihilist Geek also taking yesterday off. Good for you. I think by this time, like if you've written every day or almost every day till this time, in the month, you're kind of getting wiped out. And actually, there have been a number of studies that show that if you are writing or working when you're fatigued, that you're actually not as productive. The people who take vacations are more productive than people who never take vacations. Even when you count that time where they're, you know, where one group is like off in the Bahamas and the other group is slaving away in the cubicle. So you are off your rhythm, Robert. Anybody else feeling like they're off their rhythm, or they're all good? Everybody's good. Let's see. Hourly thing. Let's see. I take mornings off sometimes and write in the evening instead to switch it up. Does anybody track their progress about where you write the best or what time you write the best? Robert and I had a conversation about this before, because I found that if I write at a certain time of day, if I write at the beach, I'm way more productive than if I write in my office. So, Robert, you said you were thinking about tracking your work. Are you starting to do that now or not yet?
A little bit, as much as I can during Nano. I mean, today I'm going to get a pretty strong start from this, and then I'm going to go right over to the couch and flop for the rest of the day, and it goes wherever it goes.
I know that feeling. All right. Well, speaking of like getting a good running start from this, let's go ahead and do our first writing sprint. If you are new to writing sprints, what we basically are going to do is we're going to start with a 5-minute sprint, and then after that we'll do just like last time where we go to 20-minute sprints with little breaks in between. So we're going to take a 5-minute sprint just to sort of get ourselves warmed up, and then we'll come back and chat for a few minutes, and then we will go back and start with those 20-minute sprints. And that is like where the real work gets done, right? Didn't you just kill it last time?
Yes.
Yeah. All right, we are ready. I'm going to add our screen up here, and we are going to get started. Here we go.
All right.
All right, everybody. Oh, it's going to go right back here. Let's see. There we go. All right. Great. So how did everybody do? Robert, how'd you do?
I got about 108 words.
Okay, that's good. You did better than I did. I am at 78, so so that was not my best time. That said, I was like trying to go back and forth with the timer. It's harder, I think, when you have to have one eye on the thing. Okay, so introvert Sarah says, I write better at 5 a.m., but I only get 30 minutes, which I say this stuff like I'm reading it to you guys. I know you guys can all read. I also write really well at 5 in the morning. Hashtag 5 a.m. Writers Club. Love that. Oh, this is cool. So Joan, after you watch the video, you notice that you are more productive without internet access. I think this is like one of the big reasons why I'm super productive at the beach. No internet access.
Yes.
All right. How did everybody do with your sprints? This is just the warm up. So if you made 35 words, yay. All right. Fantastic.
Do you feel sometimes if you only have that 30 minutes in your schedule and that's dedicated to your writing time before work or an appointment, that you get more done in that dedicated 30 minutes than if you have several hours to lounge around and get a cup of coffee? And
I think that's true because you're like hyper focused. I think this is actually one of the big reasons that I think this is one of the really big reasons that that sprints work so well, because they just focus you. You're going to just write like crazy for 20 minutes, and then and everything is all better. So all right, I'm going to switch us back to our other oops, that's not what we want. All right, stop the screen share. We're going to start another one. Let me just pull up our other timer, or the 20-minute timer, and we will get ready to roll. I'm not sure we can go with like a 31. All right, so is everybody ready to go? All right, here we go. Let's hit it.
All right.
All right. Great job, everybody. Let's see. How did we do? All right. So let me just say, we got a lot of comments, I think, that came in when we were asking people how they did in the 5-minute warm-up. We got 158 words. AJ got 182. Joe Ninja Hen got 92. Oh, Sapphire is answering the question from before. She writes best between midnight to 3 a.m. I used to be like that. I was such a night owl. Now I have children. I have to get up. 73, all good. No laughing, Sarah. We are all here. Woo woo. Sarah got 69. All right. So how many did you get, Robert? How'd you do?
209. That's
great. Yay. All right. All right, everybody. Oh my gosh. Hold on. I just saw what? 597 words. Impressive. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Good morning, Dana. Thank you so much for joining us. Oh, this is such a great question. Does anybody else struggle with typing fast but well? I struggle with typing slowly and poorly. How about you, Robert? You a good typist?
I am not a typist at all, but I think yesterday my brain was losing connection with my fingertips because I was hitting so many typos. It wasn't funny.
I am the worst typist. I just had a conversation with somebody about this the other day. My mother told me that she said, don't learn to type or people will ask you to do that. So, of course, I became a writer. And I am a terrible typist. I'm okay if I can look at the keyboard, I'm actually pretty fast. But if I were like trying to, to type someone else's work, I'd be like 20 words a minute. Nihilist Geek 510, look at you. AJ 538 trying to brainstorm through a plot hole. That is worse. That's like the hardest. Just keep going. 402 from T. Leanne. That's awesome. Who else do we have? Doll says, I write slowly. I can type fast now that I have a new keyboard. Isn't that like fantastic? A shiny new keyboard.
It is.
I tend to get very attached to keyboards. You?
Yeah, I love keyboards. It's not a new one. I bought it and then I put it away. I didn't use it because I was doing some remodeling and I just brought it out, did an unboxing, which is going to go up maybe next week. But yeah, it's nice.
Oh, that's a nice one. I put my laptop up so that I could see everything and also so you guys would not be like looking at the, the top of my head or like my 9 chins. So I have my keyboard up higher, which would be really difficult up here. So I have a little wireless keyboard that I use. All right, Dana, yes, all incredible word counts. Okay, so this is interesting. I went a little more slowly than I normally. 5 minutes, sometimes you get 10 words and sometimes you get 100. Yeah. I had a very slow start when we did our 5-minute sprint because I had not looked at where I was since yesterday morning. And so that was not good. All right. So I had to like go back and read like the last couple of paragraphs. 190 for introvert Sarah. Woo woo. Fantastic.
So I didn't know if I was going to do well or not. Because last week, since I was still getting familiar with my story, when we did sprints and I was trying to think and figure it out, I was doing much like Dal was talking about. But this week, the one improvement is I'm getting more into the story. It's flowing easier. So
yeah.
The characters are starting to find themselves.
That's great. Well, and as you probably already know, once you hit like 80%, so once we get into like the last week of Nano, you're just going to be flying. I mean, it's like that, that meme of Jim Carrey in the Bruce Almighty where he's like that. That's what I always feel like. Okay, so T. Leanne says, depends on what position she's in. Writing more slowly when she's sitting than standing. So you have a standing desk. Do you love it? All right. Introvert Sarah says, I haven't been doing great today or yesterday. We all have those days. I've had some terrible writing days this Nano. Have
Yeah,
you, Robert? Yeah,
I
yeah,
had at least three where I wrote some pretty subpar stuff, but the
yeah.
scenes are down, and that's the important thing. You can't really worry too much
That's
about it.
it. You can edit it later. Uh, okay, so I worry about typos and giving and a typo. I don't know what that means. This keeps me behind. So I think if you get your word count down 50,000 words by the end of November, then you can go back and correct your typos afterwards. That is my official position, and I am sticking with it.
I look at it.
23,000 words in. Well, you might be. So depends on what kind of novel you're writing, Valerie. So if you're writing like fantasy, 100,000 words is pretty normal. So you might be. You only have to, you only have to get 50 to do well with Nano. And I have done that too. Like my first novel, where I started with NaNoWriMo. I got my 50,000 words, but the thing ended up being like 75, or 78, something like that.
I'm always an adder too. I like to underwrite because I know I'm going to have more ideas. The story's going to develop. I
Yeah.
started writing huge manuscripts and then I tried to cut them down and I was adding more than I was cutting out. And I said, this isn't working for me. So I underwrite and then I build it up as I edit.
Oh, Doll says she is here to be our cheerleader, which is so awesome. Doll is
Yeah.
right. She is like such a great like spirit about her. She's like so positive and so awesome. So this is really fantastic. You guys are doing great. I'm like super impressed. All right, let me reset. Oh, I've got our timer. We're awesome. Okay, we are going to get ready for our next 20-minute sprint. Everybody warm up those fingers. Here we go. All right. Oh, with Jamie Barfield just see us.
Hi, Jamie.
Hi, Jamie. I also have a dog who does not like to be ignored. He's often sitting back here on my little chair, or also I have this little ottoman right here, and he likes to hang out there. But when he's like ready for attention, he'll just bark, bark, bark until he's done. So, all right. Oh, T. Leanne, that's a great idea. So she uses like a standing desk. That's fantastic. You know what? Whatever you have to do. That's yeah, that's great. And that way you get it like exactly where you want it. Some of the standing desks are adjustable, but some of them are just fixed. And if you're a little short or a little tall, and probably for like most things, they're sort of built for the average man. So, right, women are a little shorter sometimes, and so we have trouble with that. Okay, everybody ready? Here we go. Let's just get this timer going. All right, everybody. Great job. I'm going to stop this. There we go. Hold on just one second. All right, there we go. We lost Robert for a second. I don't know what happened to him. I imagine he will be back really fast. So I don't know how to say your first name. Cio, Savvy, 403 words, and she cut it short. She left a couple minutes ago because she's got to get back in for work. All right. Great job. Let's stop this. There we go. Hold on just one second. All right, there we go. We lost Robert. Okay, sorry about that. I'm not sure quite what happened just then. She had to cut it short. She's coming back, or she's going to be listening while she's at work, which is awesome. I guess I should move this so it's not, all the comments are not covering up my face. Can we just talk for a second about T. Leanne's bookcase? This is the thing that stopped me from like writing very fast. I was like, she has some mad crafting skills. She made this standing desk for herself, which is like totally, completely amazing. I'm like blown away, completely blown away. All right. So we have like a delay on comments for some reason, which I'm not quite sure about. It's funny, last time we did not have any little technical difficulties. Oop, now we go. Okay. AJ, 633 words. That is insane. I think that is a brand new record. Like, woohoo, AJ. That's awesome. Congratulations. Doll's coming next week, and she's going to be co-hosting with me. And hopefully Robert comes back again. He's been awesome. Valerie, insane, 570 words, and I just got to the first big romantic section of the novel. Can I just give a little confession here? I, too, write very fast through the mushy parts, and I think that's because they're my favorite. All right. So Joan Ninja Hen, 304 words. That is awesome. That is a great pace. Nihilist Geek, 533. I'm like, you consistently kill it. I am just amazed. He was with us for our last writing sprint last Wednesday, and I am completely blown away. He like consistently put up numbers like 500, 600. I mean, I'm just amazed. Dana, 200 words, still completely awesome. Guess who's back, everybody? It's Robert.
I looked up after typing and I said, it seems like we're going on for a while, and my screen was blank.
You just like disappeared in the middle of it. And I was like, well, maybe he had to go make himself a sandwich or something. No. Who knows? Oh my gosh. Joan Ninja Hen says, great job, AJ. This is so funny. I got 333 words. I felt like I wrote a lot slower on the second sprint. I was saying, Robert, that I was completely sidetracked because I don't think I realized until I was like a couple words in, like, wait a minute, T. Leanne said she made that desk. Yeah. She made it. And so then I was just thinking about how cool that was. And of course, I was like super slow on that. Oh, Dana says, welcome back, Robert. Yes.
Thanks, Dana. It's good to be back.
Yes. Oh my gosh, T. Leanne has been writing all night long. I think this is the beauty of sprints. Like there's something about being with a bunch of other writers and everybody's all excited. And so that's really cool. Oh, this is interesting. So Doll says, I never know how to write romance. I don't truly understand it no matter how much I try. Again, with me reading the comments. I think it's like a TV leftover thing. I feel like that's something that we all have to master. Not that every book has to be a romance, but because so many other books, so many other types of novels have those elements
Yes,
in them, right? Do you struggle with that?
I've often said every novel is really a mystery, a romance. There's a little bit of horror because you generate fear and suspense in your audience.
Right.
To read widely, and that's true. If you understand one genre, you kind of fit them all in together in whatever genre you're writing in.
That's true. I think that's really true. Dana says she loves writing the romance parts. I do too. I like it all. So, Nano has completely taken over T. Leanne's life. I feel ya, baby. I feel your pain. This is the first year I've ever tried to do it and also do kind of other things. 531 for Jamie. That's amazing. There is a little bit of a lag here, I'll say. Like I mean, before it was just a few seconds. I don't know why it's slower today, but I keep feeling like there's like a little bit of a weirdness. So, all right, I'm going to reset this clock here. Oh, look, already done. 20 minutes. All right.
390 that time, by the way.
Oh, that's awesome. 390. I got 333, which was 10 less than my previous sprint, but a number that I'm very happy with. AJ says she cringes through the romance writing part. It doesn't have to be cheesy, right? Think about like what it feels like when you meet someone for the first time and you have like that conversation where you're both leaning forward at the table and you're finishing each other's sentences, and like that magic that happens when you first meet somebody that you like really connect with. And not just in a romantic sense, but even just like a friend where the first time you meet them, you instantly, feel that connection.
Yeah.
Yeah.
About Jane Austen, which was like the prototype for romance novels.
Right.
It wasn't just a romance, it was her whole little village and the goings on of everybody.
Right.
The life happening all around it. And that contributes.
Yeah. And the way that she sort of observed it with this very wry sense of humor. Yeah. And I mean, I love her. Mostly because she's so funny. I know people don't really think of her. They think of her more as like a romance writer than like a comedy writer. But that woman was hilarious.
And great.
Okay. So Joe Ninja Head makes a good point. Some of the most popular stories have no romance. Like what's Lord of the Rings, right? No romance in there. That is absolutely true. And a lot of fantasy doesn't, but a lot of times authors will try to incorporate those romantic elements in order to broaden their audience. Well, Donald, I think this is a genius idea. Do you feel like you write better, which you do? You said you write better in great big chunks to use the sprints to really, rev up your brain. I think that's great.
In a way, I think
Nihilist Geek says his romance writing is he can write smut. That is a special skill in itself, right? I actually had a really hard time writing smut, like smuttier scenes. Or I wrote like most of my stuff was off stage. And like I have readers that said like, what the heck? Like you're depriving us. And so now I like the more I write, the dirtier I get. Sorry. Okay. Don't write exclusively romance. It's more of a subplot. I find that true too. I think my last book, Single Minded, was a straight romance in that the protagonist's main goal was to get married, although it's not, she didn't come at it the way that you normally would expect. But that is the only book that I've ever written that I would describe that way. And the other ones are more, it's still really funny, but it's more comedy. Oh, bye-bye, introvert Sarah. Thank you so much for coming back today. I hope you make it back, but if not, we will definitely be here on Wednesday. Duty calls. Now I'm kind of curious. Do you think she's like on a SWAT team? Or she have a baby? Is she a secret agent? We could spend our whole next sprint just figuring out what introvert Sarah does. She has like an exciting life. Do you remember? I think there was like a fire alarm the last time she was here. Right? Sure. Wasn't it introvert Sarah? Like there's a fire alarm and she grabs her laptop, which I think is great. Okay, Eva says she's not attempted romance. Let's assume you're horrible. Let's assume you're awesome. We'll find out later if you're horrible. Let's assume for now that you're awesome at writing.
You know what the secret to romance is for people that don't like it? Lord of the Rings and stories like Sherlock Holmes, which I'm a fan of, have a romance. And if you take out the physicality, it's still very much a romance.
Right. Well, that's what Dana says. Dana says, yes, absolutely had romance, didn't have sex, but sex and romance are the same, are not the same. That is the truth. Contemporary romance. Valerie, this is her first contemporary romance, but she's done sci-fi with minor romance plots. So, well, that's exciting. I'm interested to read that. All right. Okay, everybody. Are we ready to get back to it?
I'm ready.
I am working on, not a surprise, I am working on a rom-com, which is my favorite genre. I like the funny, I like the kissing. Yeah. So, all right, everybody, let's get back to our writing sprints. Here we go. All right, everybody. Let's see where we are. All right, so how's everybody doing? I thought this was interesting. Dahl made this last comment right before we went for the last sprint. I had no idea. So for those of you that don't know, Dahl is another author tuber. She is, I believe, our only alien science fiction writer from another planet here on AuthorTube. So we're very excited to have her here. We've gone extraterrestrial now. We're pretty awesome. So I'm surprised, Dahl, because I really thought that sci-fi was like your thing. So I'm fascinated. I definitely want to hear this story later. All right, so let's see. Eva's back. Hi, Eva. So great to have you here, and thank you for being the welcoming committee, Dana. So how did you do, Robert?
I got about 302 that time, so a little bit less.
Good. Okay, I did. So I'm having the first time I was 343, then 333, then 352. So I'm right the same time, the same every single time. I think we're having a lag with the comments again. This happened before. So what will happen is that they will all post all at once. Put a little smiley face down there and see if it's not going. Okay. All right. So great. So here's what I want to know. You and I talked about this a little bit earlier, Robert, about how we are pretty much on track for where we expected to be, right? You said you had 23 or 24,000 words?
Yep.
Right around there. And I'm at 23,501. This is right here. Oh, we've got some people. Yay, we have comments. Okay, so Joan got 320. Awesome. Joan Ninja Hen. Nihilist Geek killing us all again at 426. AJ just passed 35K. That's phenomenal. You are making spectacular time. Guess who's going to be all done on November 29th, laughing at all the rest of us, staying up all night. That's why I can call myself an author. Dahl, you can call yourself an author anyway. You're writing books, you're an author. All right, this is so Dana says 150, but she also makes coffee. I think you get a 300-word bonus for making coffee. Nihilist Geek just passed 20K. That is awesome. So you guys are making really good progress. Where are you as far as where you want it to be? Are you ahead of where you planned? Are you right on schedule for where you thought you'd be? Are you a little behind, or did you just start last week and you're I'm gonna catch up? So I'm dying to know. Let's see. Oh, Valerie's got to get back to her day job. Thank you so much for coming, Valerie.
Yes, thank you, Valerie.
Yeah, it was great to have you here. Ding the little bell if you would, so that you'll know next time we do this. We'll be back on Wednesday, same time, same place, 11 to 1 Eastern time. T. Leanne is at 19701. That's really great. You're right in the zone there. That's fantastic. So everybody's right around, not everybody, but most people are right around 19, 20, 25,000, except for, let's see, who is it that had 35,000 who's killing our curve? There's always an overachiever in the group, isn't there? Okay, so Dahl says she's behind, but this is Act 3, so Act 3 of Book 2 is quite a lot. That is quite a lot. Yeah. AJ, good job, AJ. All right, it's good if you can bank those words early. There are always times, usually this week is the time where people start slowing down. They're getting a little worn out. Their life, is interfering with their writing. If you can make it to the last week, you will almost always finish because you'll just sail through. But Yay, Joan Ninja Hen. That's awesome. You're making really good time. I know Joan Ninja Hen is also an author tuber, and she is posting her nano vlogs on her site, and which you guys got to go check out her channel. She's great. And so, she was posting, and I like, if you look at her like first week video, first couple day video, they're sort of hilarious. She like got off to like a little bit of a rocky start. So I'm very glad to see that you are where you want to be. I think that's fantastic. All right, guys. So we have time. Tick, tick, tick. We have time. Oh, T. Leanne says she feels like she's behind because she started completely over on day 4. It's better to start over on day 4 with a story that you love than to try and pound it out for another, 29 days, or, well, that's not how many days there are, 26 days, when you're really not feeling it. So I think in the first couple days, it's okay. Once you get to day 15, I think you just got to stick it with it and go right through. All right, guys. So it is now 12:39. We have just enough time for one more 20-minute sprint. And I'm so proud of you guys. You guys are knocking out some serious word count today. So if I did not tell you earlier that you should totally go check out Robert's channel, if you have not done that already, I put the link to his channel in the description below. He's Story Detective. He has some like really great videos, some real kind of deep divey stuff. And I love how you broke down your, how you developed your plot outline from Save the Cat this year, which is the first year that you had tried to do that. So I think that's really awesome. Go check out his site. The link is right below. All right.
This week's video is going to be kind of a little bit different. It's going to be a day 11 excursion. My day off was in search of setting and a bit in depth of my character. So it's going to be a slightly different video. Hopefully it works.
That's very cool. So that's we should talk later about talk more about what you do for research. I think it's great that you took a little setting tour. I think that's awesome. All right, guys, let's get started with our last 20-minute sprint. Here we go, everybody. We want to power this out. All right, here we go. There we go. All right. Oh, we don't have your mic on. There we go. All right. Sorry, I was trying to unmute you, and I took myself off. I'm not quite sure how that happened. That's funny.
Nothing was coming out.
Exactly. Awesome. I did not do as well on that last sprint. I only got like 126 words.
I got a little over 300. What was it? 308 that time. So I'm consistent. I've got a little over 1,000 words. That's a pretty good start for my day.
That is awesome. That is really awesome. So I do not know what my grand total is, like 9,000, like 1,300 about somewhere, maybe. Oh, and I didn't count the 5-minute, which maybe 1,350. I don't think I did very well on that. Okay, how did everybody do? I'm dying to know. I also have a question for you. What was the last sentence that you wrote?
It's halfway finished. It says, "I'll leave you too."
Mine says, "I'm not sure if she's talking about the shrimp or the meeting." Which is like out of context. So bizarre. So bizarre. Oh, the nihilist geek says, T. Leanne, time to hit 20K this sprint. Yes, yes. Thank you so much, you guys, for supporting each other. I think that's really awesome. Yay. All right, I want to know how everybody did. We have a lag again on our comments, so just keep commenting. I'll bring them up as soon as they come through. Usually, like right afterwards, we get like 20 at once. Dana says she's not officially doing Nano this year, but thank you for supporting. If I was, I'd be so far behind. I've had years like that where I go, I think I'll do it, and then like by the first week of the month, you're like, yeah, this is not meant to be this year. It's not meant to be this year. Yeah. So, all right. Oh, now we get, okay. So Nihilist Geek says his last sentence was, once I did so, stopping and crawling at the end. Oh, okay. That sounds interesting. I want to know what happens next with that. Ah, all right. Joan Ninja Hen 260 Nihilist Geek kicking all our asses again at 527.
Oh my God.
Okay, sorry, Nihilist Geek. You just got smoked by T. Leanne. That is 790. That is a killer sprint. Look at you. Jamie 471. That said, I'm pretty sure that Nihilist Geek got, like, I'm pretty sure, not that this is a race, but if it were, pretty sure he'd be winning. Yeah. Because he like kills it every sprint.
Good job.
Yeah, 471. AJ's got 480, distracted by my cat. I feel ya. I've been there. So you guys are killing it. Oh my God. I'm so, all right. T. Leanne says I hit 20K. Whoop, whoop. We got to have a little celebration. Whoop, whoop. That's awesome. Nihilist Geek says he also wants to find out what happens next. That's how it goes sometimes. Keep writing. Yeah. It's coming. It's all coming. Oh my gosh. That is hilarious. Joan Ninja Hen's last line was, she already had a good idea about it.
Well, that's intriguing.
Yeah, it is. All right, AJ, 2378. Holy smokes, you guys are killing it. I swung and tapped him with my staff. Also intriguing.
Yes.
We're gonna have some really good books coming out of here. Okay, Doll said you two have a lot of dirty dishes to clean. That feels like ripped from Lisa's life right there. There always says, my best sprint so far. Yay! Oh my gosh, I'm so proud of all of you. What? Oh, right, Nihilist Geek. That's so funny. Nihilist Geek, I need to know, are you a person who needs to round up your gas, like when you get gas in your car? Does it have to be like on the 25? Just curious about that. I have a feeling because I know another writer who also like really needs to end on round numbers, and he also likes to end on round numbers for gas, but he likes to end by the quarter. And if you don't know who he is, his name's Horror Geek. He wouldn't mind. He's proud of it. When he can hit it right on the 00, that's like a day well spent.
I try, but I rarely do it. I'm
always I don't know why people do. If it's 63, it's 63. That's it. So, all right, who else do we have? Oh my gosh. 2092. All right, so that's fantastic. You guys did an awesome job today. I'm super proud of you. We are now like 7 minutes over, so I'm going to let everybody roll because you guys have done a great job writing, and you probably need to eat lunch or use the restroom. So, Robert, thank you for hosting again with me. It was so much fun.
Thank you. It gave me a great start of my day, and it gets me.
Okay. Oh, I'm so glad. Okay, Nihilist Geek says no. It's just the word count. He's not worried about the gas, so that's good. I was just curious. Oh, it's Heliance. That's so funny. I just wondered if those two things were connected. Apparently not. So, all right. Well, that is awesome. You guys have all been fantastic. We will be back. Hopefully, Robert will come back again. And be with us next week, Wednesday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern. Yeah, yay! No pressure, just because we're live streaming this. Your answer right now, you will be held to this. Doll Cecil Reno is also going to be here next week, live streaming with us, which is awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
here to support Doll.
Yeah, she's fantastic. If you have not checked out Robert's, I can take my glasses off now, I'm going blind. If you have not checked out Robert's YouTube channel, there is a link to it right below in the description. He is the Story Detective, and there's also a link to your Twitter handle right down there. And if you have not subscribed to this channel, please do that and hit that little bell so that you'll be notified next week or whenever we do a writing sprint in the future. So thank you guys so much for showing up. It was super productive. And I'm so excited about everybody's stories. I just think they like sound great. So anyway, all right. Well, thanks so much for doing this with us. Now I have to put my glasses back on. So there you go. So I can hit the little button because we are saying goodbye.
All right. I'm going to head out too, Lisa. I've got a busy day ahead of me.